What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. We're here recording live from the mothership, back with episode 4? 3? 4? This is episode 3 of the Arsenal career mode FIFA 21 in the building. And we're starting today's episode with a London derby. We have 3 London derbies for you guys today. Sandwiched in the middle, we have the big North London derby. In between ones, obviously starting with Fulham, as you can see right here. Last game against Crystal Palace. So it's a London affair in today's episode. And kicking off this game, this is how we lined up. Hector Bellerin, Mustafi and Gabriel coming in for Rob Holding. Kieran at the left back position. Guendouzi, Torreira and Ceballos. No Xhaka in the midfield for today as we mix it around a little bit. And the front three again of Pepe, Lacazette and Aubameyang. Honestly, I can see this being a front three that we stick with for a lot of this season. Especially if they continue playing how they've started off this season pretty well so far. But we're coming off with the attack straight away as Torreira finds Aubameyang with a quick early shot, just trying to whip that one into the far post right there. But unfortunately, not enough on it, not far enough into the corner, just not a good enough effort really. But Pepe finding a lot of space on this right hand side, finding Guendouzi, who tries to pull it across to Lacazette, but unfortunately just not doing it on time. Lacazette found the back of the net again, but you'll be able to see just offside right there. Flagged. It's that left boot really. When you look at how offside is flagged nowadays, I mean that's what we would call clearly offside. You know, the tightest of offsides is given. That's one of the biggest problems I have with football nowadays. But Pepe and Lacazette exchanging a little 1-2. Pepe bursts down on goal and finds the back of the net. My man just passed it into the back. Now, who saw Pepe's goal against Sheffield United yesterday though? Ooh-wee! I mean, Pepe, he's obviously not doing as well as a lot of us would have expected in terms of numbers. Although his numbers last season really weren't bad, to be honest, considering it was considered a bad season for him. But his performances have always, I mean, they've been pretty consistent. He's been playing pretty well. He's just got to find that killer instinct, and seeing him do that against Sheffield is ooh, it made me hot under the collar, baby, because that right there, that's the type of just directness I want to see from Pepe, because the way he just got the ball and just sprinted, my man just sprinted at the defense straight into the box, didn't even hesitate to think about shooting, just passed it into the back of the net. I loved it. So hopefully we get more of that from Pepe. But Fulham getting a really good chance right there. Good save from Bernd Leno. Straight down the other side, we get a good chance. Lacazette still trying to find the back of the net, but denied by the keeper. Into the second half now, moving the ball well. Lil Doozy Vert with a little exchange between him and Lacazette. Lacazette has Aubameyang to his left. Aubameyang takes the touch, and just like real life, that was just like the finish against Fulham in the opening day of the season from Aubameyang. I mean, the setup wasn't exactly the same, but the finish from pretty much the same position opened up the body, found that far corner. Aubameyang gets his first goal of the season, and we right here take the lead. I mean, as soon as I got the ball, I saw it. Before he even touched the ball, to be honest, I seen it. And again, oh sorry, we was already 1-0 up. I almost forgot about that Pepe goal. That makes it 2-0 right there. Aubameyang. And really, Fulham kind of just fell apart at this point. Lil Doozy Vert to Lacazette. And again, Lacazette pulls it back to Lil Doozy Vert. I was almost about to pull the trigger with Lacazette, but I couldn't. I just couldn't do it. We couldn't be selfish like that. Lil Doozy Vert completely unmarked in the box. We had to pull it back. I think I even went as far as pressing to shoot and then having to cancel it with a fake shot, as you see right there. Actually ending up to drag it back to Lil Doozy Vert, and an open goal for him to pass into. 3-0. Game over right there. Fulham looking about as poor as they look in real life. Fulham, I mean, it's a shame. I love Fulham. Anyone who's been on the channel for a while knows I love Fulham. I damn near go as far as calling Fulham my second team between Fulham and Crystal Palace. But Fulham are going down this year. There's no doubt about that. Fulham are going down. And the thing is, a lot is being made of Fulham's defense, which it is a shambles. The amount of goals they've conceded already this season is just shocking. But the thing is, even if they fix their defense, there is no goals in that Fulham side. You take Mitrovic out that side, and there is no goals. I mean, Lookman looked bright when he came on yesterday, but again, outside of Mitrovic, there is no goals in this team. Fulham are going down. There is no way about that. And speaking of Alexander Mitrovic, he did pull one back for Fulham. I mean, we could have defended it better, of course, but also Leno being beat at the near post right there. I mean, we did give Mitrovic a clear strike on goal, so I'm not going to blame Leno too much because, I mean, you give someone a clear strike on goal in the box and you can only complain so much about the keeper. A lot of people act as if, I mean, I know it's a thing, people say keepers shouldn't be beaten at the near post, but people act as if it's like this sure thing that a keeper should never, like, it, you know, especially if you're one-on-one, like, a keeper is not, you know, it's not really likely that the keeper's going to make a save whether you put it far post or near post. I mean, keepers can only be so good, you know. So I don't usually have a problem. I mean, unless it's something like from a tight angle or something, you know, where the keeper should definitely, you know, be 100% covering the near post. But, you know, keepers get beat at the near post sometimes, especially from close range. You can't really blame the keeper. But another goal for Aubameyang right there off of a rebound. Fulham really just being torn apart right here. We're playing some beautiful football. Bellerin to Torreira. Plays it into Nketiah, who just keeps it moving across. And Aubameyang is in on goal again. He had a player to his right. I think it was Joe Willock. But Aubameyang just went by himself and makes it 5. We see that front flip once again. And we are just running riot here at Craven Cottage. Fulham just not able to handle us, really. This is our best performance of the season to date. Fulham were just open, really. I mean, the first half was a little bit cagey. I don't even want to say cagey because we had a fair amount of chances in the first half as well. But, you know, they held on. Once the second half came, especially after that second goal went in, we were just too much for Fulham to handle. Again, Joe Willock winning possession right here and driving forward, making his first appearance of the season. He's got Saka to his right, who he's going to find. Bukayo Saka coming inside. A lot of options. Joe Willock is one of them. He slides it across right here to Ceballos, who finds Aubameyang looking for his 4th of the game. And, I mean, you've already seen we've scored 5, but we've missed a decent amount as well. We really could be 7 or 8 up in this game as the ball goes into the box, and then Nketiah getting on the end of Kieran Tierney's cross right there, but unable to find the back of the net or even hit the target. But who was able to hit the target 3 times, as you can see, is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, getting his first goals of the campaign, and 3 of them to boot as well. So big performance, big result. 3 points on the board against our London rivals Fulham. And you're seeing some training going on right here. Training, I'm trying to, you know, just get that sharpness going up, as you can obviously expect. Like I'm still kind of going with the same tactic in terms of getting the sharpness up. We do have, after this episode, in the next episode, we're gonna have a Europa League game, and I think even a Carabao Cup game in the next episode. So we're gonna see how it starts to impact the game with the training and the sharpness once more games start being played, and see how we can handle that. But yeah, we'll see when that time comes. On to the next game of today's episode, coming off a big result going into the North London derby, the first North London derby of the series, and you know this is a game I never want to lose. Lucas Torreira keeps his position in the team as Xhaka comes back in the middle of the midfield. Rob Holding also comes back in for Gabriel. As I felt like Gabriel, I felt like Rob Holding, he played better than Gabriel did in that last game. Gave Gabriel a chance, and I feel like, I mean, not to say Gabriel particularly played bad, but I just felt more comfortable starting with Rob Holding in this game. And the Spurs side, I mean, it could be a stronger side, I think, but you know, it's again, you can't complain. I mean, it's a damn near the strongest side they can field, but you know, regardless, a North London derby, always a tough game on paper. Tottenham, they started off doing this stuff. I mean, what can you say? This ultimate difficulty AI game plan where they just kind of hang around in front of the defenders and try and work something. And if you don't play your defense perfectly, they will score. One thing I've noticed, it is really hard to defend when they get like this, but I've noticed against Ultimate AI, when they like to keep the ball, when they do their tricks and they kind of probe, it's almost best to kind of just accept that they're going to keep the ball for as long as they want almost, and kind of just wait until they make a mistake. But Leno starting an attack right there, finding holding to Pepe to Torreira, and someone left Aubameyang with way too much space. Aubameyang versus Aurier. Aurier couldn't keep up, and Aubameyang fires us into the lead. 16 minutes in, continuing his fine form against Fulham, off a hat-trick, bringing that into the North London derby, and Aubameyang once again scores against Tottenham. His record against Tottenham ain't too bad, to be honest, and he scores another one. One thing I've noticed playing this game is they have definitely nerfed pace, and I actually love it. I love it because pace, we already know how much pace has been abusable in FIFA, but they've nerfed it in the right way. Now, I've noticed, like, in situations like that, where Aubameyang is dribbling, and I know Aurier is fast, which is, he can keep up, but I've noticed when you're dribbling with the ball, that's when pace is really nerfed. And it makes sense because in real life, only the elite of the elite dribblers can really run with the ball at pace. Like we saw Pepe doing it against Sheffield with that goal, as Lacazette tries to bend one. Beautiful effort from Laka. But we saw Pepe really running at pace. We see players like Messi really running at pace, and Mbappe, but even the fastest players like Theo Walcott and Bellerin, and who else, even players like Adama Traore, who's rapid, but when he's running with the ball, it's not necessarily always that fast. Players like Cristiano Ronaldo, you know, even at his prime when he was the fastest, he's flipping fast, but when you got the ball at your feet, you're not going to be running as fast as you can, you know, because you got to control a ball. So I like that. If you play a ball into someone in behind, you'll see their full pace, but when you're actually dribbling, you see a real nerf to the pace. But another chance in for us now as Lacazette making that same run Laka has made time and time again in this series already. Just drifting. He's like a fucking ghost the way he makes that run. He just finds a way to just leave the defender be. Look, and he just drifts into that space, and the defender was drawn away by Ceballos. Another assist for Dani Ceballos. I feel like he's already got quite a few in this series. And Lacazette, I mean, how many times have we seen this from Laka already? That just across the goal. We've already seen it in this game from Aubameyang, in this match, sorry. And Lacazette stepping up to do it again. I said Aubameyang's record against Tottenham is good. Talk about Lacazette. Lacazette's record against big teams in general. He is a big team player. And look at this right here. Playing football the Arsenal way. You count the amount of passes. Playing it out of the back right here. Moving the ball around. Lovely to find Dani Ceballos. And in acres of space. Sprays it out wide to Pepe. He finds Torreira back into Ceballos. And it's all opening up. Ceballos slides it into Lacazette. Gets the wrong side of the defender in the box. And Alexander Lacazette makes it free. 53 minutes into the game. 3-0 up. I mean, this is how you want to open up the first North London derby of the series. I don't know what it was going on with Tottenham in this game, but after that first initial press where they really got into our box and really had us on the edge of our heels, they just kind of fell apart. I mean, every pass, damn near, every long ball they tried, you know, them passes that the AI tried, they play it over the top, out wide, spray it. Every time they tried that, it would go out of bounds. Every time they got the ball into Harry Kane almost, we was just easily, like right there, we just easily took the ball off of him. Tottenham really just didn't have much to threaten me with in this game. But, you know, playing the ball out of the back, it's good when it works. Right there, Xhaka caught on the ball and almost made to pay for it. But that's what you get when you try and play the ball out of the back, trying to play the Arsenal way. And almost made to pay right there. Is a good save from Bern Leno to deny Dele Alli. Corner kick for Tottenham, 68 minutes. If they want to make a comeback into the game, it needs to start now. And a great way to make that happen from Toby Alderweireld. Great header. I can't even complain about that. Honestly, I can't even complain about that. I mean, the marking could have been a little bit tighter, but that's me nitpicking, because it's not like he was unmarked. It's not like he was just swimming in the ocean of space in the box. We had players around him. We had players around everyone, but he just beat them. And a great header. Great header from Alderweireld. Pulls one back for Tottenham, and they are all of a sudden back in the game completely against the run of play. Not deserved at all, but regardless, I mean, deserved is a word that's thrown around a lot in football. I usually don't use it. I don't actually know why I used it just there, but they have pulled one back, and again, we're not faltering. Still playing the ball out of the back right here. Xhaka, you see right here how I have Xhaka play, and I have him dropping in between the defenders a lot and have the wing backs pushing up, but working the ball out of the back again so beautifully. Laka Finds Ceballos again, creating, sliding it into Willian, who's come off the bench to make it 4 against Tottenham. And unfortunately, the finish from the Brazilian wasn't there. What a goal that would have been, the way we worked that out the back. Tottenham coming forward again. Dele Alli is dispossessed. Sometimes you just have to kick it long. We do that with Tierney. Lacazette nods it down to Maitland-Niles, who spreads it out wide. A battle for pace, which Saka wins. Bukayo Saka spreads it across to Willian, and he's not going to mess it up 2 times in a row. The Brazilian off the bench. Look, free substitutes. Connecting to create that goal. Maitland-Niles playing a beautiful ball into Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka spreading it across to Willian, and Willian tucking it into that bottom corner. Tottenham have come to the carpet once again and been rolled over. Tottenham Hotspur, shout out my boy JS in the comment section. Been around for a while, but we already know Tottenham ain't ready for the Arsenal. Shout out that one. That one was for you. We got Tottenham supporters in here, unfortunately. It's tough, innit? It's tough. Imagine being born a Tottenham supporter. That's tough. I can't imagine more disappointment, bro. I would feel so... life. We already know life ain't fair, bro. Life ain't fair. That's just how it is. Life, you know, if life was all sunshine and roses, it would be great, but life just ain't fair. But, boy, being born into a Tottenham family... and having to be a Tottenham support. Oh man, that's tough, bro. You got Arsenal and you got Tottenham, and you're stuck with Tottenham. No trophy having Tottenham. Oh, that's tough. But big win. Starting this episode off. This episode has gone swimmingly so far. Big win against Tottenham. I can't even remember what it was. It 5-1 or 6-1? I think 5-1 against Fulham. At the Cottage, and then 4-1 at the Carpet against Tottenham. You just can't come to the Carpet and think you're gonna have your dance. Like, nah, man, it don't go down like that. You gotta do your dance over here. I actually read today that since Arteta took over Arsenal, only Liverpool have won more points in home games, which is, I love it. You love to see the Carpet be a fortress, man. You can't step up in Ashburton Grove and just do whatever you want. You know, it don't go down like that. But final game of today's episode, another London derby, as we did say. Maitland-Niles got himself a start in this one, playing alongside Xhaka and Lil Doozy Vert, and Maitland-Niles was involved straight away as he plays it to Aubameyang. No one really picking him up as he just strolls into the box, and the fine form Aubameyang is on. You would expect him to hit the back of the net right there, but he unfortunately hits the crossbar, and again Maitland-Niles and Aubameyang linking up right there. Maitland-Niles plays it across. We have Lil Doozy Vert on the ball right here, and Pepe has Bellerin in a whole bunch of space. Crystal Palace marking, not doing a good job right now as Bellerin finds Pepe again, and it spills to Aubameyang, and Aubameyang nets his fifth goal of today's episode, and coincidentally his 5th goal of the season for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. He is a goal scorer, and I mean, for as well as Lacazette has been playing so far this season, the form Lacazette's been on from episode 1 to this one, Aubameyang is now our top goal scorer, all done throughout 1 episode, I believe. I think Lacazette's on 4 goals, so yeah, it is what it is. But Crystal Palace looking to not give up too easily, and they were back on level terms not too long after, as Michy Batshuayi, well, I say not too long after, it's second half now, but you know, Michy Batshuayi is found, and I mean, I don't really like to give blame when I can see goals, but if you watch the replay, you'll see Rob Holding. I mean, this is kind of, he followed the run way too far. Like, if he didn't track that run, Batshuayi would have just been offside. And that's what I was kind of hoping for. Like, I saw Batshuayi run, but he just kept running, so I thought, okay, he's offside. And then Rob Holding just dropped so far that he just played him on. So, I mean, unfortunately, pulled back level, Crystal Palace have equalized, and they come forward again. Great tackle right there from Mustafi, but it falls quite fortunately to Crystal Palace, and Zaha finds his way into the box, and Bernd Leno beaten. Like this one, if Bernd Leno is beaten at the near post right here, then that's a problem, because that's a tight angle. Zaha can't really, he's not gonna hit the far post from there, so I mean, you can't be beaten from there. But right here, Crystal Palace continuing their pressure, and poor defending right here from Arsenal, as not only allowing the pass into Zaha in the first place, but then allowing Zaha to then find Milivojevic, who sprints over to Roy Hodgson. I I mean, doing a bit much with the celebration right there. But, you know, it is what it is. I'll let it slide. You celebrate your goals how you want to celebrate your goals. I can't tell you how to celebrate. But, really, we should have just done a little bit better. They got into our box and then into that position way too easily right there. Milivojevic takes it first time. No one close to him. Mustafi wasn't close enough. Beats Burn Leno. Again, you can't really blame Leno. A shot with that kind of power from that close. Not really that much Leno could do other than a reaction save, which would have been an outstanding save. But we're not giving up, coming forward again, putting the pressure on at Selhurst Park. Aubameyang running at his man, brings it inside, trying to get onto his right foot, and no one around him, but the finish from Aubameyang is just really not good enough. But Crystal Palace playing around with it a little bit too much as Martinelli off the bench nabs it off of them, putting himself under pressure that is really unnecessary. Aubameyang in the same position decides to pass this time. Maitland-Niles plays it across, finds his way to Bukayo Saka on his right foot, and it is so close, but you have to say Saka should be doing better than that right there. I mean, it is close and it is on his weaker foot, but you got a clear sight on goal. You got to hit the target at least. Less than 5 minutes of regular time to play now as Danny Ceballos finds Saka. Beautiful turn from Saka again. Shot is blocked up into the air. Taken down by Martinelli. Finds Bukayo Saka. And Saka misses the target again on his right foot. It's just not good enough from the young man. I mean, it's just the chance right there. 86 minutes gone, and that one really is a sit and miss. Crystal Palace, I mean, we're pushing, they're pushing for some reason. We win the ball back well. Beautiful tackle, played out wide there. Ceballos playing it in, and a beautiful through ball from Maitland-Niles. Aubameyang gets in behind, and Aubameyang nets again. 92 minutes on the clock. We get the equaliser, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang continues to score. And this is something that I really have to mention, because game changers or whoever, you need to report this to EA. This has been a problem for way too long. Give the AI some kind of intelligence, some sort of game management, some sort of logic. Crystal Palace 2-1 up against Arsenal, 92nd minute of the game, and they have, you see how high their line was? Their defense was at the halfway line. They had nobody back. They had, what, 3-4 players in the attack? Fix it. I mean, honestly, that is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. I said it before, I say it again. I'm loving the gameplay so far, but that is unacceptable. Fix it. That has to be fixed, because this has been going on for too long. Again, common sense. Crystal Palace are 2-1 up in the 92nd minute of the game. Regardless of who they're against. They're against Arsenal, big team. But regardless of who you're against, if you're 2-1 up in the 92nd minute, you park the bus. I don't care who it is. We see Arsenal do it. We see Man United do it. We see Manchester City doing it. It doesn't matter who you are. If you are 2-1 up in the 92nd minute, you don't throw everyone forward. You don't have your defensive line up at the halfway line. We have to see that changed. It has to be changed. I want to see Crystal Palace parking the bus there. Point blank period. But this, I mean, they've given away. We've got Aubameyang, and it's just, I mean, I could talk about it all day, but it is just unacceptable. You know, they've got their defensive line at the halfway line, and the goal was way too easy. Scoring a goal like that in the 92nd minute, that easy, it's just silly. You know, and I mean. Again, we could talk about it all day, but there's no point. I don't know what avenues we have to go through, but somebody needs to report this to EA, because it needs to change. It's just stupid. But that is it for today's episode. Premier League table, sitting at 6th place after our first 5 games. Still undefeated in the Premier League, though, so that's something to take. I mean, again, I'm really enjoying it. I hope you guys are enjoying it. So, like, subscribe, and share. Until next time. Peace.